Great, I was so close from actually breaking my software. That was actually kind of concerning. Have they finally fixed this? No, they haven't. How am I meant to get this done? It's so fucking broke. God damn it, Skyblock. I promise you. Wow. Isn't that impressive? Wait, they actually finally fixed this? Wait, for once they actually fixed this. Wait a second. That isn't Skyblock. Wait, what? Since when does the admins actually fix anything with this game? What the fuck? That's actually kind of concerning. I am scared that this game is actually... What the fuck? Oh yeah, I saw this. I saw that this is apparently... What the fuck? Expired pumpkins, green candy? Does this have to do with the Spook Festival that's about to happen? What the fuck is even going on? They're actually fixing some of the bugs that are... What the hell? Why am I actually concerned? Probably because they normally don't fix anything with the game. I am actually quite concerned that they're fixing the game. I guess Time Deer finally got around to it. Wait, I think the simple dice goes into here. I need to sort out these chests one of these days. Let's also get some more candy bags. Trick-or-treat bags. I want to try and get like the 5k needed. For, what was it again? You need a total of 5k to max out this. Yeah, 5k coins. And I think that would be the second skeleton horse. Yeah, that would be my second skeleton horse, or first one, since the attribute, I'm not the attribute, since the Skyblock levels came out. I still hate the fact that I can't get the vampire mask. I thought that the vampire mask was exclusive to what's this fox name again? Foxy. I've been playing Ironman and just Skyblock less and less recently. Only because of the fact that I can't help but feel like I'm getting more and more disrespected by Skyblock with each and every time I play. I always get that loom of I must make coins to progress, which is not bad, but it's incredibly horrible a system. Since it's... Oh wait, the fuck? Yeah, the system itself is horrible only due to the fact... What the fuck is going on? Why is that back alive? Didn't I just kill it? Stand still. What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? Huh? How was this 100 million coins? What the fuck? Alright. Yeah, like I was saying, getting back to the point. Since the progression on Ironman is quite similar to a normal account at this point, just with a few extra steps, it's very absurd and stupid because they haven't been thinking about Ironman accounts for a long time. And it really shows. If you ever played Ironman for a long time, you know for a fact that it went from grind every item yourself to you must do mining for 50 to 100 hours to afford one item from Shen's auction, or the Dark Scorpius' Dark auction, so you can progress. And you must get them quickly because inflation is going to increase the value, increase the price of said items, making it even more difficult. And the thing is, the reason I truly feel disrespected is mainly from the fact that there's only one actual good money making method that's compatible with normal accounts, and that's mining. It's been 13 million at max for about how many years? For like 2 years? Which, when it first came out, 30 mil per hour is a very respectable and kind gesture, considering the fact that the only other option Ironman accounts had back in the old days was farming for like a couple million coins per hour. So yeah, it made a massive improvement. Well, when it first came out, it was 60 million, but then it dropped down to 30 million max. But in reality, an Ironman account, if they're like me, would only be able to make 22 to 23 million, not including the setup or any sort of lag that may cause you to not make as much coins or reset the lobby. And while that 2 years has happened, where mining was the best for Ironman account, the normal accounts have had so many different updates that make it so that they can make a lot of coins per hour. Honestly, if you just search it on map, you can find like so many different methods. And I just feel like it's becoming more difficult, but not in a challenging, fun way that actually tests an individual skill. Rather, it's more like, if you buy the items early, then you'll be able to... It's just the fact that you have to compete with normal accounts, because they're going to be increasing the price due to inflation. I say that Ironman accounts should just have a default set price, where it doesn't increase. Just an NPC price that they buy from. Please, for the love of God, that would fix so many issues. While you're at it, also do me another favor and give us a money making method, such as the forging update, which will be 45. What the fuck? 45 mil per hour? Hello, Nerd, how you doing? Guild. What is... The fuck, I'm out of the loop. Yeah, I honestly don't care about the fact that if an NPC price goes up in value, I don't care, because if you look at... Oh, did I summon in a mini boss? New update? Nah. Oh yeah, new update this. Hey there, Generic, how you doing? There's a thing about NPC sell prices for Ironman accounts. The only time that NPC prices will ever increase is when the admins decide that it's about time to increase them. Such as the dungeons, which I'm perfectly happy about the scrolls and the handles going up in price. Mainly because of the fact that I never need to fear about them being too absurd. They're always manageable. It's also the reason why I'm so happy with the G-Dragon. Like, if you truly want to max out the G-Drag, you need the 500 million coins for buying the G-Drag, followed up by an additional billion to actually max it out, have the full amount in your bank, which is honestly a very good system. there's no way that a normal account would be able to affect it at all. Unlike with the Dark Auction and the Shen's Auction, where normal accounts greatly affect... I fucking hate this boss sometimes. Where they greatly affect how easy or difficult it is to get items. Hey chicken, how you doing? Tiring? Yeah. Brings it. Maybe I should try handing these in. Oh, they went down in price. Yeah, the main issue with Ironman accounts. Why Dark Auction and Shen Auction? Why do I have to compete with normal accounts? It's not interesting. It's not a challenge. The only reason why it could potentially be challenging is due to the massive amount of inflation that happens on a normal account. I just recently got to doing this stuff. Nice. You'll see progressing a lot quicker now. I promise you. If the Shen's auction items and Scorpius Dark Auction items for Ironman accounts would be at a default price and never increase, I'm telling you, that would be just lovely. Like, progression on an Ironman account will greatly increase. What the fuck? When did I summon one of these guys? What the hell do I do here? Commitment to phobia? Oh, is it because I actually attacked it? I need to go to sleep. Okay then. I'm guessing that is the reason. Wait, can I... Commitment phobia. Oh, I get it. Because when you see it, you immediately commit to trying to kill it. As you see, it's now gonna attack me forever. I wish that there was like an NPC that actually explained this shit to me. Hold on, can I talk to this guy? Is it too early? Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Next I need the soup, which is this. I'm not using this just yet. If Skyblock has told me anything, just don't use that just yet. Unlock the Great Speed Potion and obtain the secret potion. How do I get the secret potion? Hold on, let's actually check. I want to get this done now. Oh good! I've nearly destroyed my computer by misclicking. Give me a sec. Oh good. I once again nearly managed to break my computer. Why am I so good at nearly breaking my computer? This is actually kind of absurd. Hypixel, Skyblock, wait, spook, secret potion. What do I need for this shit? Let's go onto the wiki. Wait, what? Oh, I think I need this. I need the boost stone. And what else? Great Spook potion is a common potion. Fuck. Let's actually check to see if this guy has anything that can potentially link it. What does it mean by Great Spook potion? You have to give him the receipt. Alright. I really hate this. I'm not cheating. I'm just looking on the wiki for how to do this. It's not cheating. It's using the brain effectively. Can be obtained by brewing a dungeon. See? Alright. I am never looking at that again. Let me just first make sure that everything is working again, because I nearly broke everything just a minute ago. Let's just do this. Yeah, I nearly broke everything just a minute ago. Apply to the greater spook. And equip. Play the greater spook with the great spook armor. Wait a second, it's a great spook armor this. I'm gonna need 4 of them. 3, 4. More than likely one of the last things you need for it would probably be the great spook with the reforge. How much longer until the thing starts? 15 minutes! How expensive was that? Only 10k. I almost read it as 100k and I was like, why the fuck is this 100k? Like, out of all of the strange items, that would be 100k? Rob and... What the fuck was that? Public speaking. Alright. Well then. I'm gonna need to do a little bit of research off stream for tomorrow's stream. Hopefully enough everything still works. Let's hope this isn't like a Bethesda game. Well, this is kind of built like a Bethesda game. It just works, god damn it. But how many bugs there are in this game? That before Time Dio joined, that would never fix. It's actually kind of impressive. Like, it would make Todd Howard impressed. Let's just be completely honest. Todd Howard would be blushing if he ever saw the state of the game a few months before Time Dio was officially an admin. You're finally level 80. I still don't understand how you're progressing so slowly in this game. I almost feel like you're spending 5 minutes a week on the game. But congrats. Congrats, you're getting close to be considered a little bit past the beginning stage. Like, you're still considered an absolute noob, but still. 101k damage? Since when? That's insane. What the fuck am I being attacked by? Oh shit. I'm going for this garbage. How have you played this game for 400 hours? When did you start playing? Like, I swear to God, even 2 years ago, I would have progressed past that. Even with 400 hours. What? Hell, I say 400 hours into the game, I was building my own farms and doing dungeons, slowly leveling up my stats, such as Rev Slayers. Hell, I'm willing to say at that point I would have had Rev 8. First the M6, nice. I still don't plan to do Master Mode for a very long time, not even after I get a term, because I need to upgrade it. As everybody who plays Skyblock would be whining that I'm not doing it optimally. Why haven't I spawned in another one of the fear mobs? Let's actually check what this pet does. Fear from the great armor in the wardrobe still applies even if you aren't wearing. Increase the damage dealt to the spook mobs by or 1% for every fear. Gain plus 3 fear for every 10 primal fear killed. I'm guessing the primal fears are the things that you occasionally spawn in once every while. What do you mean I've never done M1? Wait, no, what are you talking about? Do you even have profile viewer? Wait, do you even know how to check somebody's profile? Bet you never been on Skycrypt, because I know for a fact that the mod files are shit. You got like nothing. No. God. I already knew that your mod file was awful. I'm not even gonna entertain your shitty joke. At this point, I'm just tired of them. I don't want to play Windcraft. I've heard from Moon Senpai that Windcraft is actually a lot of fun, and that I should be trying to get back into it. He says that he's been enjoying it. He felt like he can actually feel the progression. Like if he plays a game for 10 hours, he actually feels like he progresses in it. Which is honestly infinitely more than what I can say for Skyblock mods. Mods are the only way that you can play this game. Like, look at the amount of mods that I have going right now. I can't help but feel like Windcraft respects its community way more than the Skyblock / Hypixel admins. I don't know why, I just have that one feeling. Hold on, when is the great... 8 more minutes. Jesus, that's so loud. Thanks for the follow there, Gladison. I gotta change that color, it's so garbage. I can hardly see anything with that color. Ooh, this is gonna be important. Primal fears. Oh, this is a primal fear. Deadline. Oh, I need to kill this guy quickly. Now that... I'm just glad I knew that. I don't know. I'm pretty sure if you have like a curse... I don't know. I really don't know these primal fears. I'm not gonna lie. I probably should have done some research, but also at the same time, I couldn't be bothered to do research because I had that glitch where I wasn't able to progress in the Spookfest, the Great Spookfest. Even though I had the items, the admin team pulled an admin team and made it so that it was impossible. That isn't one of the reasons I feel like that as an Ironman account has been greatly disrespected in the last like couple of years. And it's also partially the reason I feel like Ironman accounts that started a long time ago have been disrespected. Well, this is like most accounts that started a long time ago have been disrespected because we haven't really had any sort of update that is for like, well, it's mainly Ironman accounts. I'm gonna be flat out on this. As selfish as this sounds, it's literally just for Ironman accounts. We haven't had any sort of Ironman account update that makes it easier to farm coins. Like, oh, get 700 million coins from mining. Because that's the only thing that actually allows you to get coins in a reasonable amount of time. If it was like 45 million coins through another method, I would be completely happy. Hell, 2 or 3, not 3 methods where you can make 30 mil per hour. Sign me the fuck up. Like, one method, I can't even make 30 mil an hour mining. It sucks. So when does this start? I might be able to sneak in one more Slayer. Nah, let's not even try with that. Let's just get some casual old good Spookfest shit. I ain't gonna lie, Spook Festival is probably the most important thing just because I want to max it out quickly. I maxed out the shop. I only got a few more things left. I want to get the points maxed out. Do I even have anything? I'm missing the bat pet. I plan to completely max this out. Oh shit. Is it in here? Relic. It must be on the Sky Tells. Relic. Ah, perfect. I could possibly just absolutely summon in a lot of the fears through just this alone. Which, honestly, I can definitely see. Why am I not summoning in any fears? I've killed so many of these. Do mage weapons all count towards summoning in fears? Is that actually a thing? That mage weapons do not count to summoning in fears? I mean, that's kind of interesting, but also at the same time, kinda bullshit. I know that mages are like super powerful AoE, but still. Swear to God, if fucking whatever they're called. Hello, Armored Ass, how you doing? If archers can summon in the main with the terror armor, and mages can't summon it in with mage weapons. I mean, terror is just as powerful as a mage. Well, at least for clearing out swarms. I wish I knew how to get the secret potion. Like, the secret potion would be such a useful item to have. Hold on, what's on this armor? Pure. Let's actually change that to wise. I just want to be able to have as much mana as possible. It is wise, I think. Wise. Heavy, mythic, wise. That was correct. Yay, look at this. God, I love reforging items in this game. Especially from the blacksmith. Oh, spider. Yeah, I want to get back into Windcraft. If it's as good as what Moon and other people have been telling me, I might start an Ironman on Windcraft. Because I've heard that it's quite the fun challenge. Also, a thing about it. Why is it necrotic? That's a good point. Necrotic might be good. I don't know how many necrotic I have. I don't plan to use this armor much. That's the issue. I'm gonna hold off. Hello, Scarf. How you doing? Scarf Daddy, it's been a while. Yeah, I've just heard too much good about Windcraft recently, and it's had me quite curious. I'm currently in the middle of asking somebody what mods are needed for like Windcraft to make it more fun and enjoyable. Currently I've gotten nothing yet. Well, once again, according to Moon Senpai, he knows somebody who does. That? Wait, does the Hyperion itself not actually summon in... Oh, that would actually be fairly interesting. I shouldn't be killing those guys. They fill up my inventory like mad. I did play Windcraft back in the day. It was a fair bit of fun, but also at the same time, it was... I ended up stop playing at 2.0 only because of the fact that I felt like it was too buggy. And that I kind of did everything in the game, even if they updated like the skill tree, like added in a skill tree, it didn't change the fact that I just felt like I completed everything. And that there was nothing left in the game for me to do. Also the fact that I felt like I also didn't know what else to do. I had little to no quests left. I had not really the best gear, but good enough gear. The reasons I never actually completed all of the quests was very simple. I just couldn't. Like, 'cause some of the quests were just bugged to all hell. They just wouldn't work. Hence the reason why I returned to well, one of the reasons I returned to Skyblock. The other reason is because they actually released a good update. The RNG meter update. I'm already at 100 points. When I reach 1k points, I'm moving back to Enderman Slayer. This is just a temporary thing. Finally! I got something. I don't know if you guys have actually played Windcraft. If I play Windcraft, I wonder which class I would play. I'm honestly a fan of the assassin class, only because it's assassin. And why wouldn't you enjoy playing as an assassin? I feel like it'd be quite difficult. What the hell? Primal Fear? That is a mine. Nucleus runs? It's a slight buff. Like +1 item per run isn't gonna do shit for getting the alloy. Unless in the update they also changed how the drop rate for the alloy goes. It's not gonna make a difference at all. Like the main issue is the alloy drop rate over literally everything else. Like if you're going for the alloy and you don't manage to get at least 2 quick laws, you're just unlucky. Or you're either super lucky. If you get 2 quick laws, that's all the quick laws you need. Maybe you need 3 in the future, but in reality you don't need any more than 2 for the time being. 1 for the Dillo pet. another simply for battle pet. Ooh. How do I not summon in a single one of those? Is it actually just a Hyperion? I can't. That's so stupid. I saw somebody summon it in with a goddamn motherfucking glacial scythe, which is just as irritating to deal with as a hype. This game. How many points am I at? I'm at 300. Actually, I'm at 300. We're getting through this quick. Once again, the goal is at 5k at the bare minimum, and then we're leaving. I swear to God, if that flower also counts as a method of summoning in one of the things. One of the things. I'm genuinely quite curious on how long it's gonna take me to reach the 5k mark. Foxy is the mare, so getting points is infinitely easier this sort of time. Like, you really won't get any better, like any higher of a chance to reach that 5k mark. I wonder how much of a buff the Nucleus actually got. Like, +1 items in general seems like a very good thing. But the alloy doesn't work off a normal RNG. Like normal drops. If you get the alloy, it's its own separate thing. But it shouldn't have been +1 item. That just ain't gonna do anything. Yeah, in reality, +1 item really doesn't do jack shit. Especially for the few items you actually want. Like, yes, over hundreds upon hundreds of runs, you do have a slightly higher chance of getting a quick claw. But alloy? Oh no, that doesn't change. The one item that actually is near enough impossible to get. Nah, let's not change that. Why would we do something logical? If the people want an alloy, they can go fuck themselves. That's how I see it. They're not making it any more obtainable, like how they did with Bestiary. Bestiary in the past used to be absolutely impossible to max out. Bestiary nowadays, it's possible, it's just extremely grindy. Like, you're guaranteed to be able to do it if you put in the time. Do you put in the time for the alloy? Oh no, not even close. You have a higher chance of getting the Warden helmet back to back. Warden helmet? Warden heart back to back. AK if you have that 30 luck. Jesus. Well, I guess it would also be faster to get all of the kills needed for the Warden hearts. Damn, are they actually very simple to kill. I can see where the admins were trying to come from when they decided +1 item per nucleus run. But still, it's a case of like very, very minimal for so little. Like, they were just better to add an RNG meter. Like, they updated the Crystal Hollows and the Dwarven Mines to add in a new RNG, not RNG, a new essence up. Like, there was no better chance, no better timing than now to add in an RNG meter. Just think about it, they just made changes to it. So what is the greatest change that everybody's been asking for? Making it actually obtainable to get the alloy. Take this from a person who actually grinds the game and doesn't buy anything from the AH. Most of the people will never, this includes Ironman, even if mining is the best money making method, most Ironman accounts just won't be getting the alloy, as it's just not worth it. By the time you spend like, let's just be honest, you're probably spending around like a good solid 1,000 hours getting the alloy. You could possibly get like 22, like around 20 billion coins, something absurd. And who knows, it might actually be fun, like more fun. Jesus. IGN, he dropped alloy on the 60th run. Ironman, by the way. Man, why don't you just send me 30 viruses account at this point? I think this one is mine. Nah, it's this guy's. Okay. Is it? It's so... I'm mainly annoyed at the fact that they wasted such a perfect opportunity for like actually making Nucleus Run a viable money making method. Like the admins are complaining that people don't do anything other than consistent money making methods, but when you look at these sort of things, such as Nucleus Runs, you realize why nobody's ever doing them. Like, Nucleus Runs has the potential to be one of the most interesting money-making methods in the game if done correctly. Like, completing 5 different challenges. I say challenges in quotation because you can choose most of them very easily. But in theory, completing 5 different unique challenges for a loot bundle is an extremely interesting and well thought out idea that has quite a lot of potential. Especially considering how difficult it used to be in the past to do a single Nucleus run. Plus with 30 Nick. It's just a alter count of 30 virus. I kind of lost what I was saying. Yeah, back in the day, doing a single Nucleus run was an absolute nightmare. Because we didn't have the bestiary update, so your magic find against these mobs were like 100 to 150 on average. Like, for the average person that just started into Crystal Hollows and wanted to get the Jadral or Divine Alloy for the, not Alloy, Divine Fragment for the Divine Armor, you're looking at like 20 hours. Not for a single run. How long would it be for a single run? I know it depends on the RMG. I know for 100 runs, like that's what I set up for. It took me like 10 hours of purely going for just the robot parts, followed up by an additional 15 to 20 hours. Oh, I lost track. Like, it was pain. Of just farming up the salvage items. And then that doesn't also include setting up a god tier lobby. Because back then you didn't have the mob scroll nucleus. All that you had was a escape rope or whatever it's called. Like, you'll need to make a straight path between all of the structures while also hoping that the structures have actually spawned in. Like, shit was difficult. I'm glad that they made it easier. But still, it's another one of the cases where older players, they don't really benefit too much from these sort of updates. It's only the newer players. And it just feels more like a slap in the face, especially for Ironman accounts that struggle super hard to do these sort of things. And then it's like, yeah, you know that 1,000 hours you spent trying to do all these sort of things? You can get it done in like 100 to 200 hours now. Oh, Jesus. That was... For some reason, my one and only request of give up me a money making method, which is 45 mil per hour, or at least 3 different money making methods, is too greedy, and that I just want Ironman to be easier. I ignore everything that's actually logical and makes perfect sense. Ignore my 2,500 hours because I just want Ironman to be easier. I don't like the Great. I'm playing Wingcraft. The game isn't like that. Wingcraft, I feel like it's a very good game, but also at the same time, it kind of feels... I don't really know where the ending of Wingcraft is. Like, it's a very good game, but also at the same time, who really knows for these sort of things? Like, there's an ending, you can get there fairly easily. You don't need to struggle that hard to get to the ending of Windcraft, but when you get to the end of it, what do? I've heard that you just grind up a better gear for any sort of future update. When do you get bored? Yeah. I can understand hypermaxing your account, but there's only a certain amount of hypermaxing your account before it just becomes boring, in my opinion. Like, it becomes too boring and tedious. Honestly, Ironman progression has been feeling less and less satisfying. I remember grinding for the Warden Heart, and while going for the Warden Heart, getting the Axe of the Shredded. Not accident, well, kind of accidentally. And it was super satisfying, because I went from fighting the boss that used to take me like... What the fuck? That would take me from 4 to 5... No. What was it? Like 2 to 3 minutes? Down to as low as 30 seconds. And it used to take me like a good 4 minutes, I'm willing to say, to spawn in the boss. Down to only 2 minutes. And sometimes even less than 1 minute to summon in a boss. Now, those are the satisfying sort of things that happen when you actually can play the game without needing to mine. Like, the game just at that point becomes super satisfying, being able to consistently defeat a boss or spawn in a boss quickly after you struggled for a long time. I've had that recently with Enderman Slayer. Like, before I got the Atom Split Katana, I was killing the Enderman, trying to get the requirements and all of the items needed for the Atom Split. I would struggle to kill a tier... No, I couldn't kill a tier 4. And at times I would struggle to kill a tier 3 consistently. But after getting the Atom Split, it just felt so amazing. Like, I'm now able to consistently kill Endermen, like the tier 4s. And I can spawn them in and kill them in a reasonable time frame, depending on how many other people are there. Like, there's some lobbies where you just can't do that. But still, it doesn't change the fact that it went from a challenge to somewhat of a challenge and a rewarding grind now. If I had to... Well, I'm 30% there on the RNG meter to getting the core. and yet I'm still satisfied with the progression I'm making. I feel like I'm consistently making progressions in the game, even though on paper it looks like I'm not making any progression at all. It's just the fact that it's actually satisfying and interesting, and it's done in such a rewarding way that you don't truly realize just how far you progress unless you spend like a good couple of hours actually doing it, or like 10 to 20 hours slowly mastering the boss and consistently being able to do it, to where when you look back and see just how easy it is now and just how quick your progress is with these sort of slayers and fighting mobs and getting loot, that you realize just how rewarding it truly is. Now let's change that to mining. Why would anybody want to do mining for 100 hours to get a single item that they soon need to mine for another 100 hours to get another item, just because of the fact that inflation will happen and these items will get more expensive over time? Like, the upgrades are definitely quite good for the most part. Some upgrades are definitely not worth it for how expensive they truly are. Even though you need to buy them, like, it's a must buy, just in case they go up in price even more. Right. I don't know, but for like a been... Yeah, it has been kind of a rant, but also at the same time. You can... For any Iron Man account, you'll be able to understand if you've been a long time Iron Man player. Right. Especially the ones that were around since before the Dwarven Mines, and you understand just how difficult the money making method is and just how little it changed. Like a new Iron Man account that starts and then see that a mining is the best money making method and farming is a good mid-game, early game to mid-game money making method, would be like, oh yeah, I should work on my farming for now and then switch over to mining in the future. And all because of the fact that you have Iron Man accounts just haven't changed. Like, let's take Minecraft, because I've always been comparing it to Minecraft at this point. Minecraft, its money making method, I know it's a much bigger game that's been spanned over years and years, but if you look at the Iron Man money making method that they have, it's so vast and so varied. You have so many different variations of ores and logs, wood, fish, and so many other different things that you don't really realize, including farming mobs and selling their drops, that gives you a pretty consistent money making method with certain ores, wood and fishes requiring a higher skill level to actually obtain, but selling for more. I guess in a way it would be that, what is it? Rubies? Like, if we're looking at gemstones, I know gemstones and I said that I'm not a fan of mining, but rubies would be making the least out of all the gemstones. And it's a go up depending on breaking power, but it also requires a certain mining level. I know that can be a little complicated, but it also makes perfect sense considering the fact that some gemstones take longer to break. And the ones that take the longest to break so sell for the most, while also having a mining level requirement rather than a breaking power, or a mixture of both. A similar sort of thing could happen for logs. such as oak being the easiest to break since it's in the hub and also the first one in the park, and ending with like the logs, the younger logs, which are one of the last ones, or the new logs that they plan to add in the next update. Hey Darren Fox, how you doing? Giving it like an act requirement and shit like that. I'm sure that one day, maybe Time Neo will actually do something that the rest of the admin team just won't ever do, and that's care about the Ironman community. "2 years, the only good money making method has been mining. Technically farming, but farming really makes jack shit when compared to mining. Even when you compare how long it takes to get a good setup for both of them." Yeah. It's just one thing I have to say about the reason why we won't be getting a progression-based coin generator are for several sort of reasons. Number one, normal accounts can literally... Well, I say the reason we should actually switch over. Like, it's actually a good idea to switch over to a progression-based coin money-making method. Number one, it discourages new accounts to buy the best sort of farming sort of gear, farming, mining, fishing sort of gear when they have little to no stats or anything. Like, they just join, they buy the best gear, and that's all that they do. Like, adding in some sort of actual requirement that require you to play the game, such as a high mining level to break gemstones, would be great, because number one is stop macros, and number two, it actually makes progression more interesting and unique. But once again, I almost feel like they're trying to remove the skill out of Skyblock and replace it with like just buy literally anything and everything no matter what. Like, you look at most of the items in the game, like most of the most powerful gears, the requirements are either super low for how powerful they are, or they don't exist. I feel like the only ones that have an actual good progression system is fishing. Let's think about the mining ones. Straight away, you can immediately get yourself solar armor and a pretty good pickaxe, aka the Pick on Nimbus, followed up by getting any sort of drill and divine armor in the future, or switching directly to the gauntlet at Harder Mountain 6. Then we look at like farming. The only sort of progression in farming has to do with the garden level, and that ends at garden level 9. Amendment phobia. How do I defeat this guy? Yeah, I totally have zero idea. When Windcraft, like I said, I still need to get like the mods and everything sorted for those. I actually feel like for a progression-based coin generator or money-making method, let's not say coin generator, they actually have a pretty good system, which is fishing. win more votes. Isn't the more votes? Didn't the most recent one actually get rigged by bots? Like, I remember hearing that the most recent one actually got rigged. But hey, I don't know. I ain't somebody who has that sort of system that can tell these sort of things. I actually want to go back to the progression-based coin money making method. Like I just said, fishing out of everything has the greatest thing, whatever it's called, progression. When it comes down to it, you slowly gain better and better sea creatures over time. And your fishing equipment is mostly in the later games based on your fishing level, which is an amazing idea as it encourages people to level up the fishing level to get more sea creatures and a better gear, which will allow you to get better sort of sea creatures that give you more XP and actually sell items. Like, it's actually done really well when you take a step back and you realize just how absurdly good it is. Especially when you get to the likes of the Crimson Isle. I feel like that is when it reaches its peak. Like going from from your first Crimson Isle sea creature to Thunder, admittedly can be a little slow, but after you get to Thunder, the satisfaction is insane. And then going from Thunder to Jarvis isn't actually that bad. You need to actually play. Yeah. Yeah, I remember hearing that Ironman accounts can actually make a decent amount of like fishing. It's not as good as like mining, of course, but they can make a decent amount if they have a very high farm fishing gear. And honestly, something like that makes a much more sense. Like imagine a level 50 being able to make a level 50 in fishing with the max gear being able to make 50 mil per hour. And that's consistently. How would a new account, somebody who just bought the best sort of fishing gear that they can get, how much do you think that they'll be able to make? I say with the low stats, 5 million per hour. Even less than that, knowing how bad the early game sea creatures are truly. Oh, truly are. Minions is what I only do. Yeah, minions exist, but in reality, if you want to use minions, you're gonna need a hyper max minions that you collected during Derpy with a squid pet, and that sort of requirement is absurdly high at a financial cost. And still, if you're lucky and you set up everything correctly, you will be able to get to like fishing 20, but you won't be able to get to fishing 30, which is the recommended fishing level for the Crimson Isle. You will get enough for spooky fishing, shark fishing, and Crimson Isle fishing for the most part. But they only make you a certain amount when compared to the big boys on the Crimson Isle. They say max for doing for now. Actually, yeah, 500k per hour for a new account. Well, technically a new account won't be able to make that much since the fishing rod would be horrible and they won't have any sort of fishing gear other than like salmon armor. Like the sort of fishing gear would be salmon armor and the fishing rod. Maybe they have like a... What is the fishing rod in the lily pad collection? They slowly leveling that up. Like they got expertise on it, they got luck at the sea, they got the sea creature chance. Like they slowly leveled that up over time. I guess the other sort of fishing rod that they could have is the winter rod. But that's slowly being outdated, especially with People starting to realize that enchantments now. What the fuck? Oh, good. I fear that this might happen. But why? Oh my god, I seriously hate this. Why? Why can't I just go to my island? Let me leave to my island, game. I can't get any more candy. This game is stupid. Like, how dumb is this game at this point? All that I truly wanted from this was just to quickly get all of the candy needed. I can't even put this sort of shit away. I have 3 sacks because I thought that, oh. Great. I can't go to my island. I can't. Why are we allowed to have multiple sacks if they don't even stack with each other? So dumb. Also, why doesn't the candy go straight into your inventory if your backpack is full? Like, seriously. I might not be able to get the 5k points needed because this game is so interestingly stupid. When I say... Wait, what? But that's why I say max. But if you're 30, then it's a bit of the Megalodon pet. Oh god. Oh god. I actually was just thinking about like all of the different ores and like gemstones and just blocks you can mine. And I was thinking, the progression with that, I feel like cobblestone has to be level 1, followed up by coal, and then iron, or gold and then iron. And then diamond. That will take up your first 10 mining levels. I guess everything inside the deep mines will take up your first 10 to 15 mining levels. With like pickaxes requiring a mix of Heart of the Mountain and mining levels. When you get into the dwarven mines, you will have to be like mining level 15 to be able to break a mithril. And the mining level, I feel like 15 might be a little high, but still, it's not impossible to say mining level 15. And maybe mining level 17 for titanium. Once again, you will also be able to get other sort of items in the future. Maybe it's not as soon as you... What the fuck? That guy has a term? Not as soon as you unlock it. I say around like mining level 20 and Heart of the Mountain 3 is when you unlock your first sort of drill. And then you get like the gauntlet. You get better drills over time. But the gauntlet would require like mining level 30 because it is very powerful. Let's try not to lie here. Mining level 30 for the gauntlet and also keeping the Heart Mountain 6. Perfect sense. Makes sense. Everything about it. And I guess gemstones would be like 20 for rubies, 25 for another gemstone, 30, 32, 35, 40, and then like 40 something. Once again, with a higher heart on a mountain for each of the gemstones. But that would also mess up like the commissions, making certain commissions easier than others, as you'll be very limited in them. So you can just blitz on through with a lower heart on a mountain or lower sort of, what is it called, mining level. Purposely not trying to get that high of a mining level. No, that would also be impossible. I guess if they're gonna do the method that I just said. Okay, this guy got all three. That makes perfect sense. Thank you, Hypixel. Yeah, I guess if they're gonna do the method that I just said, then they're gonna need to increase the amount of heart and mountain XP that you get per commission. Or just in general, to be honest. And then foraging is its own like ballpark. Like, it's its own separate thing. Where it has quite a lot of potential that is currently untapped. And has so much, you can do so much with it. But again, these are only like theoretical little things. Let's just be honest, the admin team really doesn't care. Oh, why? What about it? Yeah, when you... especially the pick on Nimbus. The pick on Nimbus definitely needs let's say the pick on Nimbus mining level 25, because it's the most broken early game pickaxe that has zero requirement. When you start playing the game and you get yourself, what is it, 500,000 coins? Has the price changed? 500,000 coins, you get one of the best pickaxes in the game, and the best early game pickaxe. When the mid-game mining tool is mid to early late game mining tool is the gemstone gauntlet, and that's why I believe that it should have like a mining requirement of 35. Just because of it, how broken overpowered it is. Like, requiring no fuel and being able to break every single gemstone blocks while also being able to have one of each gemstones, even though you're only gonna have amber, well, mining speed, mining fortune, and pristine as the only three. It's still ridiculously powerful. I say the 655 should be in between the, not 655, the 555 should be in between the gauntlet and the pick of Nimbus. So if that's the case, the 555 would need to be like mining level 40, while the gauntlet 45, and then finding the 655 at level 50. And I haven't even talked about the mining gear. Like, they should potentially add in more sort of mining gear. Honestly, I just know for a fact. Jesus Christ. Yeah, if you get a pick on Nimbus, even on an Ironman account, like, I'm gonna be flat out honest. If you get a pick on Nimbus on a normal account, you're only gonna need one, maybe two pick on Nimbuses, and then you're gonna switch over to a gauntlet, because everybody switches over from pick on Nimbus to gauntlet. Even I've done that. And on an Ironman account, you're gonna need like three pick on Nimbus, and then you can go straight to the gauntlet. Like, shit is insane. You just make too much. I mean, it skips too much progression. Ooh. Combat is its own sort of thing. Dungeons actually has a pretty reasonable, but still needs a massive improvement progression system. Like, don't get me wrong, it's definitely one of the greater ones, Like one of the better ones that Skyblock has, but it still isn't perfect. I mainly have to say increasing the requirements to do floors. Like seeing a Kata 28 get carried in a F7, then buying the Necron gear and some of the best catacombs dungeon gear in the game. It just... Why? Why? If possible, just limit... yeah, limiting just the level gap between players in a party to be a thing, so you don't have a party of one Kata 28 and 4 Kata 50s just speed running the floor, not soloing, destroying everything. I say with a few changes like that, it's basically an ideal sort of progression system. Not as good as fishing still, but still absurdly good. I guess another major one has to be combat in general. Mainly due to the Crimson Isle and its lack of a requirement for its most overpowered gear in the game. Like, even to this day, if you include the Warden helmet, Terra armor is just broken. Terra armor is just the best armor in the game. And also Crimson armor is the best. No matter what stage of the game that you're at, you can still easily get an absurd amount of value out of them, skipping too much progression even inside of dungeons. That's the thing, they're not just broken outside of dungeons, but inside of dungeons as well. Thank you, admin team, I greatly appreciate that. I say it's overpowered for like the beginning sort of stages of dungeons. I'm looking at you, Terra. Technically Crimson if you have the right weapon and the right pet. But still. Too absurd, too powerful, too broken. I'm telling y'all. Add in some sort of requirement. Particularly with the ability. That's the thing. The armor stats is for the most part alright. And if you want to have those very powerful stats, you're gonna need to get like 100 million coins in just resources and coins, which does fall under resources, for it to be better than Necron armor, which I honestly believe is very good, especially when you factor in the ability. Like, once again, it's one of those things that if you add a high requirement for the armor, it makes perfect sort of sense. Okay, let's look at like what's the armor? Screw it, let's just say the Atom Split Katana. Oh good, I think my game's about to crash. You gonna do some tier 4 endermans later? Yeah, I'll be doing some tier 4 endermans. I just want to get 5k points on the Spooky Festival and then leave. I'm just doing it for the event sort of thing. Good armor needs to be put. Thanks for subscribing, I appreciate it, Astrophysic. Good armor needs to be put at the end of the combat. I say rather than put at the end of the combat, it should slowly gain its abilities over time. Oh shit, I was using the wrong weapon. Like, there's a certain weapon in the game that starts off with the little abilities. Okay, let's take a pet. You know how a base common pet has a one ability? That's how the Crimson armor and Terra armor should be. It should have one ability that is very bad, but is still good enough to be considered alright gear for the stage of the game that you're at. Like it should still be combat, no, it should be like combat 25 and done at least a tier 2, tier 1 Kudra. And then if you want a higher tier ability, you're gonna need to do a tier 2 Kudra and have like combat 30. And then it slowly increases over time, even though it's one of the most overpowered armor sets in the game. If you slowly give it more abilities over time while also increasing the... Like, I feel like with the Kudra armor, it's like, you're gonna need to upgrade the tier of the armor from like basic tier to... What's the next tier? Hot tier? And then going to do like get a higher catacombs level. Yeah, not catacombs level. I say if you got the base tier, then it's just tier 1 Kudra with little to no abilities, or just flat no abilities. Then you get the tier 2, which is the hot version, and you're gonna need to do the tier 2 Kudra while also getting combat 30. And then tier 3 follows a similar path, or if you gain even more abilities for the armor, but it requires you to have the tier 3 armor and also a higher combat level of 35. Like an easy way to make progression more difficult while also making it logical and make perfect sense so newer accounts can't just buy the best gear in the game and make progression look like an absolute joke. Because progression in this game is laughable. Like, it's actually pathetic. You played Skyblock back in the day, like when it was incredibly more difficult, you made a massive mistake. Like, you're probably better off just waiting now. 1,000 hours in the Skyblock, an Ironman can be made in just a couple hundred hours. It's still absurd. I know it varies on luck, but still. Oh, the Mitre Staff is another sort of item that requires... I say the Mitre Staff should be one of those items that requires a high combat and catacombs level. It should be 3 requirements: combat, catacombs, and enchanting. Since it's a mage weapon that can be used inside of dungeons and is extremely powerful for any state of the game, it is seriously too powerful. I say combat 35 would be still too powerful for it. I say F6 requirement or F7 requirement is actually fairly balanced. Let's just say F6. And then a combat of 35. Something challenging, but it's still possible to gain. And finally, enchanting level 50, since it's so easy to gain enchanting levels. Like, it's not impossible to get these sort of items. It's just incredibly difficult, and the requirements for the armor shows you just how good the armor or weapon truly is. I guess the reason why I really hate the Mitre Staff out of all weapons is because of the fact that it's up there with the Terra Armor and, well, just Terra Armor in general for breaking progression. Like, Mitre Staff, you can solo most of the Crimson Isle mobs, even with terrible gear. That's just how powerful a 100mm Mitres is. It is ridiculous. And the other requirement for it? 100 million coins. That's so easy to get for how broken it is. It makes it seem like spending 100 million coins, or is it 50 million coins, for a giant sword isn't worth it. Like, how difficult it is to get a giant sword when compared to the mighty stuff. You look at the two weapons and you're like, why the fuck would I go for a giant sword? I already got the mighty staff. Any sort of mob that takes magic damage, it's gonna get shredded within seconds, including like fishing mobs. Admittedly, it loses in like a range sort of battle against like dragons, but still, terror armor, tooth of terror. I see terror to be like terror and crimson to be like the final destination armor, where if you want to get the full bonus of it, you gotta have the full armor. And the fallen death is. Yeah. I'm already aware of that. The admins just don't give a shit. This is one of the reasons why I want to move to Windcraft so badly, because their progression in the game is a lot more logical, makes much more sense, and rewards the players for grinding the game. Like, every single item in the game has a certain requirement to it, based on how powerful the armor is. And honestly, that's honestly amazing. It shows more care and effort and love for the game if the progression makes logical sense while also limiting it through the use of having the individual actually grind the game. The admins sometimes, I remember seeing a post and it was an admin saying, hey, why aren't people like progressing in the game? Why are people only doing like mining and farming over like dungeons and everything else? It's because mining and farming are just too easy to get into when compared to like dungeons and slayers. Oh well, I know for a fact that there's no point. Right. Who actually wants to play Windcraft here? I'm actually quite curious. Like, out of everybody here, who's actually quite interested in Windcraft? Wait, do I have the 51k points? I mean, 5k points. I do! I think it's a good time, because my computer seems to be dying. Oh, thank God. No, can you stop saying these sort of things? Is my island broken or something? Why can I not go to my island? Right now. Oh, shut up. Like, that's the only thing I have to say. Why am I being attacked by... Oh, I'm probably being attacked by Spooky Mob. Why can I not go to my island? Okay, let's do some slayers. Why can I not go to my island? I'm still confused on that. And do I have all the stats that I need? I guess I can check when I hit a single Enderman. If I'm doing like 700 to 800k damage, the answer is yes. Yeah, I have all the damage. I was thinking maybe I will. I was thinking maybe playing Terraria on stream wouldn't actually be a bad idea. I never played it on stream. I played it off stream. Okay, I'm missing some damage. Where is that damage? I completed Terraria off stream, never on stream. Itchy. No, that's all makes sense. The main reason I don't want to play Terraria is mainly because I don't want to set up the mods again. Hello, Durpan, how you doing? I don't want to set up the mods for Terraria again. I played the modded Terraria only for the potions and also for the, well, yeah, potions. Potions is honestly the worst part of Terraria. Making sure you got all the potions. Hi. I've been talking for like the last hour and 30 minutes. God, I wish I could be one of those shitty Twitch streamers that do nothing but play a video in the background and say nothing. Maybe I'll have like Subway Surfer playing in the background. Nah, I'd rather not. At this other point, it's like, why do people have like Subway Surfer in the background of the stream? Do they have no Actually, this is weird. Most people have no personality. Easy content. I mean, it's not really easy content if you're just watching somebody's video and not saying anything. That is against the law and breaks of fair use. But once again, Twitch doesn't care, and neither does the streamers. It just makes them too much. That was good. Yeah. Oh, which one is this? Primal Fear? This is just a normal Primal Fear. These. These. Too short to say something. What? Embrace the night. Say something because. Okay, thank you, game. All the grinding is going to take forever. Oh god, I was talking about this earlier. When it comes down to it, gauntlet grinding is very easy when compared to like grinding for a 655. Are you on an Ironman or a normal account? Regardless, you'll be wanting to try and get the pick on Nimbus as it will make it ridiculously easy. Ironman. Yeah, you should probably try to do a nucleus run or two to see a few of them to see if you can actually get yourself. What the fuck? I have an ultra tryhard right here. A pick on Nimbus, as one pick on Nimbus will carry you through. And I'm not gonna lie, it seriously does everything. Yeah. I also have had the full York armor when I was doing it back in the old days. If there's one thing I had to say, doing nucleus runs and getting the pick on Nimbus would have been definitely the best idea. Come on. What? What the fuck? Wait, did I lose all my summons? Did I lose? Why did my summons return early? Wait a second, that hasn't happened in a long time. Why did my summons return early? Oh yeah, Derp, do you have the Ball Pit? Because if you do, you can make the grind much easier by mining in the magma field. Like, it would be a good investment of your time to get a Ball Pit. I'm just gonna say it. It seriously is quite nice, especially considering the fact that you can just stand still with a dragon short bow. Brother, it took me 90 balls to get it. Admittedly, I did get only an epic one, but still. Oh shit, yes! There we go! Hey, base. The fitness. I might just turn that into my copy paste. Not gonna lie, that is actually quite an interesting copy paste. Huh. Do. I'm kind of interested to start a new Ironman account and to see just how quickly I can progress in the game. I don't really want to start a new Ironman account. Mainly because of the fact that I've been on this Ironman account for so long. And like, I just can't be bothered to really start a new Ironman account. I've really been losing motivation to playing Ironman due to the single only reason of late game Ironman has not changed for the last 2 years. It's always been the same. Mine coins. Yeah, mine for hours, gain coins, actually play the game. But nowadays, it's changed. It's mine coins to buy items from the dark auctions and Shen auctions so you can actually compete with normal accounts. It's all about challenge yourself to see if you can progress in the game with the limited amount of resources that you have at your disposal. And needing you to actively play the game in a way that's rewarding. I'm honestly just want to play Minecraft, a more rewarding game. I'll show you why Enderman Slayer is just so rewarding in a second. After this guy dies, I've been doing Enderman Slayer for like the past month. And it was mainly like going from the atom split, not the atom split, like the Vorpal Katana to the atom split, and being able to slowly but consistently doing tier 4s. And you can see it. 31.4%. This is what I like about progressing. You know that you're actually slowly working towards something that's skill based. Getting these items so you can defeat the boss more consistently is honestly so great. Oh, is that really what I had to do this whole time? Huh. Huh. That's actually interesting. Great. Alright, so you're generic. Honestly, I forgot it. Alright, I think I'll end it here as well. I'm honestly quite tired. An hour and 40 something minutes of literally just talking. It's quite tiring. So yeah, see ya.